Hi there, and today we are going to learn about how to add a text box and alter text in Canva. So here I am in my Canva dashboard, and let's go and create a blank template. For example, I will create this presentation right here. So now I have a blank presentation. So for example, you already have a design and then you want to add a text. So to add a text, you can just simply click on text right here on the sidebar, and then you can go ahead and click on the default text styles that you want to add. We have the heading, we have a subheading, and then we have a paragraph right here. So you can go ahead and move them around your editor. You can also have branded fonts right here, so you can favorite some of your favorite font styles and then add them right here. So from here, we can also add magic write. So if you want to use AI and insert a prompt right here, so you can do that. So for example, we can click try an example, and then it says here's 5 Twitter posts announcing a product launch for a new alarm clock phone app. So if I generate that, it will generate this text right here, and then you can add it to your Canva editor. So for example, if I click on insert, it is inserted right here. So I'll just delete the other text right here, and then we'll keep this first text right here. So now I have a paragraph, and then from here you can adjust the size of your text box. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can make it longer, and then you can make it more compact. As you can see, if you make it more compact, the text will adjust according to the length of the text inside of the text box. And then if you make it longer, they will stretch out so that it takes up more horizontal space. And then if you drag this diagonal circle right here, it will just increase the size of the text. And then we can also alter the text in more different ways. So for example, we can change the font style right here. So you can scroll ahead right here, and then you need to highlight the specific text so that the font style will change. As you can see, when I click on a specific font style, it will adjust according to the selected font style. Then we can also do different things. So for example, here is our subheading. We can increase the font size manually right here. And then we can also change the text color. For example, I'll highlight the text, click on text color, and then I can go ahead and choose different colors for this text box. As you can see, like that. You can also add gradient colors. We can also have custom colors right here. So you can just drag around this color picker right here, and then it will be reflected on your text. You can also choose gradient colors and then add your own gradient. And then we can also make the text into bold. So currently it is in bold, and then we can remove the bold setting. We can make it italic, we can add an underline, we can also add a strike through, and then we can change it to uppercase, normal case, like that. If you want to change the text, you can just double click it, and then just type in your text that you want to add. And then some more settings right here. So for example, this paragraph, you can change its alignment to left, to justified alignment, to right alignment, and then to center. And then you can also open advanced settings. So for example, you want to change the letter spacing. As you can see, if I increase the value, the spacing of the text is more wider. But if I decrease it, they will be more compact. And then next up is line spacing. As you can see like that, it will have some spacing between our text. And then we can also use this anchor text box right here. So for example, if I split this text right here, we have a number 1 and number 2. So let's increase the line spacing. So as you can see, it will only increase this first paragraph right here. You can also change the anchor of the text box. So currently it is anchored to the bottom of the specific paragraph. We can also anchor the middle. So as you can see, it will increase like that. And then we can also anchor the top, which is the end. And then as you can see, only the top part of the text is moved. Then you can just choose the specific anchor setting that you want. You can also click on more settings if you want to change some text positions. So it will look like that. So it is this one, it is a superscript, and then this one, it is a subscript. Then I can just choose normal script right here. You can also add kerning right here to refine the letter spacing. So you can turn it off and then you can turn it on. And then you can also have ligatures. And then it doesn't really do much for this type of text right here. And then to remove the specific numbers right here, you can just simply click on backspace, or you can just highlight all of the text right here and then click this list right here so that they will be removed. You can also add them back if you want a bullet point, and then you can click it again if you want it to be numbers. And then I'll just add it again. And then we can also change the transparency of the text. So you can click on it, and then if we make it 0, as you can see, the text is now transparent. Then we can just increase it again to 100. And then we can also add some effects. So for example, I will choose the heading right here. I'll change the text. Then I can also add effects. So I can add different types of effects right here. I can add a shadow. I can add a lift, hollow, splice, outline, echo, glitch, neon, and then background. And then you can also curve the specific header right here, and then just choose the specific effect that you want. So I'll just maintain the default setting, and then I will add this splice option right here. And then you can also change the position of your text. So for example, this header is positioned at the back of all of the text right here. I can click on position and then click on forward. Now the text is in front of this subheader right here, but it is still behind this paragraph. So I can click forward again, and then now my header is at the front of the subheader and the paragraph. And then you can also add animations to your text. You can click on animate and then choose different animations right here. So for example, typewriter, ascend, shift, merge, block, burst, and then bounce, roll, escape, spread, and clarify. And then you can also add this general animations right here, like rise, pan, fade, pop, wipe, blur, succession, breathe, baseline, drift, tectonic tumble, neon, scrapbook, and stomp. And then you can also add some add-on effects right here, like rotate, flicker, pulse, and wiggle. And then that is it. You can alter your text different ways according to your design in Canva. You can just play around with the different settings that I demonstrated here in the video. And then that is it. That is how we add text and alter the text here in Canva. I hope you learn how to do it, and thank you for watching.